Something people tend not to talk about in Brawlhalla is how multiple people will start playing the game in massive waves, and then they have like a 2-week addiction to where they play it every single day to like a month, and then you never see those players ever play the game again unless some major crossover brings them back. And this seems to be a repetitive cycle in Brawlhalla that happens over and over again since Brawlhalla first started. Now, the main problem with Brawlhalla overall is the fact that even though we have a training mode, Brawlhalla does not do anything for a new player to find the training mode. The fact that you have to explore yourself over the menu on countless different screens to look for the training mode in a game that is not story-oriented is a major problem. Brawlhalla is a fighting game. This is not Elden Ring. The first thing I should see when I press that play button is a tutorial. And even if new players find the tutorial, they will discover that not everything is even truly covered on the tutorial. Since Brawlhalla's tutorial is still fairly new, things like battle boots, certain movement, mental state is not still really covered on the tutorial overall. And because of this, players can fall victim to two different sides. So the first side are the players that don't even find the tutorial and just play a random game mode, and this is what happens. They queue into ranked, they lose rank, they play a few games, they die to either sig spam or parry players or passive players, and then they never play the game overall again because they are frustrated that Brawlhalla didn't even teach them anything on how to deal with these players or what their moves even do, and they have to watch a YouTube tutorial on how to even play the game. And this is the main reason one of the most searched topics in Brawlhalla is simply how to play Brawlhalla, how to play Scythe, how to do combos, how to be sig spam, how to be passive players, because overall, the newer portion of Brawlhalla, it seems to always be way bigger than the older portion. And this is why people tend to make how-to guides, for example, how to play Lance and how to play Scythe every single year, because they know that this will bring in massive views since the overall player base of Brawlhalla is still fairly newish or doesn't know how to do anything, because Brawlhalla fails at arguably the most important thing a game needs to have: a simple tutorial that appears on the screen the second I hit the play button for the first time. And you can even see how this negatively affects Brawlhalla's player base as a whole. The majority of gold players don't know how to deal with sig spammers or weapons like greatsword, guitars, lance, and battle boots because Brawlhalla doesn't even teach them how to deal with movement or fundamentally deal with weapons like this. Because of this, people can just run rampant in these ranks and cheese their way through these ranks overall, not even actually preparing them for plat and diamond, since no one knows how to counter what they're doing. Another main problem is when a new legend comes out, because the majority of players don't know how to deal with countering SIGs or anything else inside the game. So when a new legend, for example, a really broken thing like when Loki came out, can just easily trash over everyone in lower regions. And I feel like Brawlhalla knows this because of one thing that just came inside the game recently. This new feature is called Hold to Dodge, and Hold to Dodge basically dumbs down one of Brawlhalla's core mechanics, which is to dodge, where if you pretty much hold the dodge button, as long as there is one frame in a combo and you have a dodge, then that means you have a guaranteed escape. And the majority of the dedicated player base did not like this, but the majority of the casual player base did like this, because the majority of the casual base has not actually put the time in to master dodges, but the people who never left Brawlhalla put the time and training in and research in to actually be able to get better at dodging. Now, if Brawlhalla wants to actually keep the casual player base playing without having to rely on crossovers or a new legend to come out so they play for one extra week, Brawlhalla first, the main thing you need to do is put this tutorial on the screen. Like I said, players should not have to look for your tutorial. The first thing someone should see when they first come into the game is this, and make sure to keep expanding it and even hire pros if you need to talk about certain topics if you are not comfortable explaining one of the key elements yourself. And this overall, combined with my other two videos, should easily keep the player base entertained to where Brawlhalla can grow as a platform and you won't just see this overly inflated number. When Brawlhalla hit the 100 million player event, I'm pretty sure we were all well aware that the majority of those counts were probably inactive for months or not even years. It's the unfortunate truth. And the fact that Brawlhalla is a game that has had 100 million downloads shows the overall potential. Brawlhalla is not a bad game, but Brawlhalla as a whole has one of the worst beginnings of a game I've ever seen, since they can't even put the tutorial in your face. But that is it, guys. Until next time, peace out.